Alrighty then. We're back, everyone. I just realized I misspelled reverse in the thing. Yeah, we're back with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yaha! Wait. Gotta do this. But yeah, we're back with more Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And what we're going to do today is we're going to be making our way through the inverted castle. It's exactly the same as the normal castle, only it's upside down. And yep, even the warp rooms. Everything's upside down. Yeah. We are gonna be heading this way. Wrong way. We're gonna be heading this way. Okay, let's check. Yeah. If you played Castlevania 1, it's the bat. Woohoo! Ring of Vlad. Yeah, the inverted castle is basically one giant Castlevania 2 callback. Collecting the different parts of Dracula in order to open the way to the final fight. Let's see, it was here. There we go. Moonrod. Let's show what this thing does. That's what I was hoping to do. What? Do a Hadouken motion? You do that with the Moonrod. Let's see how much damage it does. Not bad. But we're gonna switch back to the Holy Rock. Gonna keep the Moonrod on hand in one weapon slot. Just in case. And you've probably already noticed an issue with the inverted castle. That being, just because you flip the level geometry does not mean that it's still going to work in that way. Just because as it works one way does not mean level geometry will work the other way. But yeah, this is also, back forward. Back forward. Yeah. In the inverted castle is pretty much your kind of round 2. Back forward. Back forward. Back single hit. All I could get. Oh yeah! This room's actually big enough in the Upside Down Castle we can just off-screen this guy repeatedly and just constantly respawn him. But only in the Upside Down Castle. You can't do it in the upright version. Yeah. Backboard. Backboard. Board. Oh, I don't have enough magic. Okay, gotta change to Mirror Curious. I'm not gonna do the thing for the hidden thing this time. But I don't really need to. No, my holy water. Wait, no. Like this. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The Dragon Helm. What this does is that it lowers enemy defense. That applies to every enemy in the game, even bosses. Now, if it looked even slightly familiar, there's a reason for that. The Dragon Helm is one of the things that Death took from Alucard at the beginning of the game. So it's just Alucard's equipment. And that's part of the reason why you're going to be exploring most of the castle, to look for all of the equipment you lost at the beginning of the game. And now here we are in the inverted outer wall. Wait, I'll have to look at that later. You always get work emails at the worst times, don't you? But right now, our priority is heading for the inverted library. Because there's something there I want to get. I believe this is the warp room? Yes. Now the elevator doesn't work. Yeah, you've probably already noticed, but you're going to be using the Bat transformation to do a lot of this. Yeah, the library. That's our target! A shmoo. specifically, we're gonna be doing it here. Let's see. A la carte sword. A la carte shield. Again, okay, look at that. A la carte. But once we put the a la carte mail on, a la carte. In fact, let's see. If I have anything. Now we're gonna. This is the best we can do for now. Come on, Shmoo. Now, the Shmoo has a low chance, and I mean low chance, of dropping probably probably one of the most broken weapons in the series. That's not what it is. A weapon called the Chrysogrim. Now, this is where I prefer to do my grinding for it. Come on. And you will see exactly why the Chrysogrim is so good. Oh, but thank you. Damn it. Yeah, there's 2 Shmoos in here. And they actually do a quite a bit of contact damage. At least there should be. I think it's just the 1 Shmoo. Give me a second, I have to heal. There. Where is it? There. There we go. But yeah, this is what we're gonna be doing for a little bit. Because I want the Chrysogrim. But this also gives us plenty of time to just talk for a minute. Okay, actually, let's see. No. Yeah, Shmoos also get plenty of experience, so at least for this stage of the game. And, alright, so in order to keep things going, quick topical thing, give me a second, I have to pick a thing up. Quick topical thing, some stuff leaked for Pokemon ZA and, just generally just in general. Specifically budgetary stuff regarding ZA and some stuff regarding the actual way the game is made up. Like, Jiminy fuck Knuckles. Like, why of all the things to do, make all of Lumio City a single goddamn model that is always loaded every time you go out into the world, or out into the open world? That is just egregious to the highest degree. To just absurd, just an absurd degree. Like, that is too much. That is too fucking much. Like, are you... Especially given the budget that released for it, I'm surprised the game came out at all. And I really, really like to just, especially some other stuff came out, especially regarding the way the games were, like, the way the company was run in general for a while, and it just makes me think, why was it allowed to get this bad? Like, how could you just let one guy have such absolute totalitarian power over everything regarding that franchise? Like, you just shouldn't do that. Back forward. I want my sword. Give me my sword. Money's nice too, but I want my sword. Yeah, do we need to go all the way through all the inverted library? God, no. We are literally just here to grind this one shmoo. For one thing. How did I do that? Forward. There we go. I want the sword, goddammit. But yeah, I was excited for ZA, like, and to a degree I still am, and I hope people enjoy it. It's just, I'm kind of tired of putting an asterisk on the fact that I like Pokemon. Like, I would really like for to just have a game that they don't have to do all of this stuff to make the game massive, and they really don't. Just, there's just so many things that they're doing to the games that they don't need to. Like, just... So, fucking... Scarlet and Violet aren't even 3 years old yet. They don't need to go through all of this for it. They don't need to. They just don't fucking need to. Just focus on making the game good. You don't need to make it absolutely massive. You don't need to make everything... Like... You don't have to be ambitious with it. It doesn't have to be completely different from the last one. Like, it's Pokemon. We're there because we enjoy the formula with the little changes that are done to mix it up. You don't have to make it an entirely different genre, practically. Like, I get that it's a Legends game, but still. Just, like, honestly, just do what you did with fucking... You should've just done what they did with Legends Arceus. Just had all the different places be kind of cordoned off as their own separate maps. Like, did Legends Arceus have issues, like, running? Yeah, but that's because it was on the Switch 1 and only for the Switch 1. You're working with more powerful hardware with the Switch 2. It's like, there's certain concessions that we're aware of that have to be made, especially for the Switch, since it's not that powerful of a console. But we're okay with that because, you know, we know that's kind of what it does. It's kind of we have to make concessions with weaker hardware. We're aware of that. We're fine with it. But we don't need to constantly have to... You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. Just please... Just make the games fine. Come on. There. I need... Give me the fucking Crissagram. Back forward. Back forward. There we go. Plenty of healing. Give me the sword. There's a reason on when this got the PS4 re-release. There's an achievement for getting the Crissagram. And bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Yes! That's what Daddy wanted. Come on, upscaler. There we go. Alright, we'll put the Holy Rod there. We'll switch back to Spike Breaker, because it's actually really good. And I will show just what the Crissagram does. And you can get 2 of these things. You can get 2 of these goddamn things. Yeah, this is the, you can just fucking walk through the rest of the game weapon. Oh, also, watch this. Back forward. Back forward. you can cast Soul Steal on the stone skulls, and it will kill them, or you'll get healing from them. Alright, now watch what the Kriss Krim does to a boss. It's the creature! It's Frankenstein! Hi, Frankie! Bye, Frankie! And there's another thing we're gonna be doing. Are you ready for more grinding? Because this is where the best place to grind for a Ring of Varda is. Let's do a quick save to get all that health back. Because through here is 3 Paranthropus. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. This is where you grind for the Ring of Varda. Alright, we're gonna do that 10 times. This is 1. This is 2. Actually, I should switch back to the a la carte equipment. A la carte sword. A la carte shield. A la carte mail. Alright, we'll do 10 now. Alright, that's 1. Alright, that. That's 2. Yeah, I'm really... I don't know how to feel about the leaks of Pokemon now with Game Freak. Like, I want Game Freak to do... Like, it's not just Game Freak. Like, it's specifically Creatures Inc. Because Game Freak as a development studio doesn't even have 300 people. And I want them to be better. I want them to have more work on their projects. Like, I genuinely think, like, maybe they should only work on, like, 1 or 2 things at a time. But if Creatures Inc. really wants to meet that deadline of, like, 1 or 2 major Pokemon releases a year, they really do need to outsource some stuff. Like, listen, maybe 5 years between mainline games, and just have a dedicated team for the mainline stuff. Everything else you put out for other studios to do spin-offs. Like, you just have to. I've already lost track of how many I've done. I have been going back and forth, fighting Paranthropus and talking about Pokemon and other games. It's like, I want things to be better, you know? And it's not always the case. Like, you see the things that you love, and you see things, like, going on a downward, going down, and it's like, I want this to be better. I want this to be better, I want you to be better. And I'm just a fucking armchair anything. Like, I'm not qualified to give actual legal, like, actual advice for shit like this. It's just, I don't know. It feels like the kind of thing that only, the kinds of decisions that only suits at the highest levels, who only care about the infinite growth of money. Like, it's the mistakes that only they could make because they don't see the long-term effects. Like, yes, Pokemon games will always sell gangbusters, but the problems arise when it'll always sell gangbusters until it doesn't. Until you cause too many issues. Cause too many issues with, you know, making them create such busted things with so many issues. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Capture. I need to capture. Okay, upscaler. It's one of those things where it's like, eventually it's going to catch up, and people are going, and the sales for another Pokemon for a recent generation will be less than the previous one. And then the one after that will be lower than that. And then lower and lower and lower until they wind up losing more money and more and more and more, all because the higher-ups think just making a bare-bones technical game and cutting corners, like the producers think that just cutting the corners will make the game better so they can ship out more and worry about patches later, if at all. Because Scarlet and Violet got performance updates, yes, and some extra stuff for Switch too, but at the same time, that's all they got. And it sucks. It really does. Like, I love Scarlet and Violet. I love the writing. The gameplay's fine. I just wish the fucking... And, like, the performance I didn't have an issue with. Because I'm not at all... Because I'm not one of those eagle-eyed people that has to play things at 150 FPS at 7K on a monitor the size of my fucking... on a monitor the size of my goddamn wall. I'm not a frame rate whore. I'm not a graphics nut. I just want a good game. And Scarlet and Violet are good, but I can see where the issues were. I've seen the fucking frame drops. I'm fine with that. I just wish that they could do better. Like, it's to the point where people are considering, like, I hate listening to the fucking detractors of a lot of things, like, because a lot of the issues I have with like, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, like, for the Sony and the Microsoft ones, I get a lot of it. Like, Sony's got a bunch of issues, Microsoft has so many goddamn problems. But the issues you only ever hear about with Nintendo, people that talk shit about Nintendo, it's all fairly petty shit, or it's on the legal stuff, which, you know, the legal stuff I'm completely on board with. Fuck Nintendo lawyers, and you can quote me on that. But it's never... But all the blame gets foisted on Nintendo. They're not the ones that make the stuff, they just contract it out. Like, if you're going to get on... Because you have to remember, Pokemon's not a Nintendo property. It's a Game Freak and it's owned by Creatures Inc., which is not a subsidiary of Nintendo. They just contract it. If Creatures Inc. wanted to branch out, if the Pokemon Company wanted to branch out and make Pokemon games for other consoles, they would. Especially if they knew it would make them more money. But what they're trying to do, but I guess what they try to do is and it's also a sort of cultural thing. On the business end, it's cheapest to make them for Nintendo consoles, since that's the majority of where our market is. It's the younger crowd. And as time goes on, like, that's just what they've done. It's always been there, but that doesn't have to be. If they came out with a Pokemon game on PlayStation, people would eat that shit up. But at the same... But at the same time, you'd also hear a lot more people getting... Fucking Ring of Varda right at the end of the part. God damn. Yeah, we're equipping that right now. Golden Ring to rule over all. Plus 30 strength, 10 con, 30 int, 10 luck, 5 luck, 50... Dude, that is a 35% 35-point increase to attack. That is fucking nuts. Let's put the Chrysogrim back on. And we'll save and call it a part there. And because again, you can wear 2 of these things. You can wear 2 Rings of Varda. In fact, I kind of hope that at the start of the next recording bit, we'll get a second one. See you tomorrow, YouTube audience.